Dear fat people, how about dear judgmental people? Hey guys and dolls, so this is a bit of a strange background. I'm in my dad's factory at the moment. You might know that I'm staying back with my dad for a while before I move again, so things are a bit crazy, and I'm off to London right now, which is why I have a suitcase. Actually wait, it may make sense to prop you. Yes, let's do this. There we go, makeshift tripod. Right, so this is a bit of an unplanned one, but I feel very driven to film this, especially last night, because I watched a video by a friend of mine, Megan, a YouTube friend, and it broke my heart and I was sat in a ball of tears. This is another video response to Nicole's Dear Fat People video, comedy video, and I know there's a lot of these going around on YouTube right now, but a bunch of my subscribers have asked me across my social media and in comments to address this, and I feel like I really need to. I have a lot to say on it. If you've not seen the Dear Fat People video, I'll link it below, even though I really don't want to. I don't want more people to have to watch it, but a female comedian from YouTube made a video totally directed at obese and overweight people. It has offended a lot of people. It's really upset a lot of people because it was just mean. Like, I am all for freedom of speech and I love comedy. I think that it's important that with comedy we can make light of certain things, especially big serious things. But I thought this video was very lazy comedy. I think there's a big difference between making a joke about something, trying to make light of a dark situation, and then making fun of something or believing what you're saying. So if an actual racist makes racist jokes, no. But if you're making jokes about racism to make fun of racists, I'm all for that. I've never been hugely obese, but I was definitely overweight, and I have lots of pictures of before and after. I lost that weight. You know I've struggled with eating issues in the past, and I've been through it all. It's a horrible thing to go through, gaining a lot of weight. You're very aware of it yourself. You don't need people to shame you and guilt you and make you feel like crap, because the world we're living in, there's this massive dichotomy between the diet industry and then the fast food industry. It's very, very hard nowadays. People who are struggling with their weight need education, they need tools, they need resources, they need inspiration, and they need motivation. They don't need judgmental people like Nicole. That is not how you help people who are struggling and just crumbling inside. And then also some people are overweight and are very happy to be overweight, and that's up to them. It's not anyone's place to make a judgment on someone else. I feel like that in every regard of life. I feel like you need to focus on yourself, so I prioritize myself, my health, how I feel. If you want to help other people, that's fantastic, obviously, but to concern yourself with what everyone else is doing wrong and what everyone else should change, I just think that's a disgrace, and it's a horrible example to set. I got a bit emotional watching it, I have to say, because I remember being overweight and feeling really trapped in myself. I have a blog post about how I lost the weight, first off. It's a really old blog post that I did like on a collab channel, and I'm gonna link that out down below for you. Yeah, I felt like I was so stuck because you have all this flesh and fat that you're after gaining, and it's not an overnight thing. You cannot just drop that like that, and it's a long journey. It's a long process to get mentally to the right place where you are driven and motivated to make real changes. My main issue with Nicole's video was just what it represents, the mindset and the thinking that it represents. Overweight people are not disgusting. They're no less of human beings than anyone else. I think James Gandolfini is one of the sexiest men that has ever lived, ever. He's Tony Soprano, if you don't know. Oh. The struggle with this is that it's important for us to talk about these things, and I'm kind of glad that she did make that video, because it has this whole discussion and debate now going on around this, and it's just something that people do need to talk about. People shouldn't bury their head in the sand if they are affecting their health, obviously, but all we can do is ensure that people have the tools and the resources that they need. Like, I definitely needed people to kind of step in and say, hey, you know, you might want to try this, or you might want to change this a little bit, you know, look after yourself a bit more. I definitely needed that. But if someone had have gone about it like the way Nicole did in her video, if someone had said, Melanie, I have this video I think you should watch, you should sit down and watch this and absorb the information, I never would have changed anything. I just would have been so upset. Like, it's very easy to say, oh, just don't get so offended and don't take things so seriously and stuff like that, but there was people watching that video literally crumbling from the inside out. Like, words can be very powerful things, and that video of course was going to be seen by younger people. And Nicole has come out and said, oh well, it's a comedy video aimed at adults. Come on, woman, like, you know the audience that watches YouTube and shares YouTube videos, right? Don't play that card. You know, clearly there was going to be young people watching this and being negatively influenced. And like, I just get messages from young girls who are overweight all the time saying that they're harming themselves and that they feel like the world would be better if they're not there anymore. And those emails make me fucking cry. Like, it really upsets me because I've been there before and I've had that feeling of, oh well, this is going to take such a long time to change, why bother? Our appearance is a tiny part of who we are. It's not even a part of who we are. It's just an initial thing that people notice. And I feel like, yes, it's good to be healthy. Yes, it's important to look after yourself and make sure you feel good and feel confident. But videos in which you throw back at people every insecurity that they have, every insult that they don't want to hear, and just all these things that they have bottled up are just gonna come out. Like, I'm ranting. I'm not supposed to do this on my channel, but yeah, I felt quite strongly about that video. And again, freedom of speech, you know, comment below what you think. I'm not saying I know everything, obviously, and I do often say things and then go back on it and change my mind if I kind of get given a new perspective. So if you have a view on this video, or you agree that it is comedy, even though, yeah, I know I'm not the only one who thinks this. I've got a lot of friends who are into comedy, they're comedians, they're funny people, and they thought the video was a load of tripe and nonsense. Maybe Nicole made it to cause a bit of a shitstorm and get some views, but sure, you know what I mean? Only she knows that. And there's a whole drama about YouTube removing her video and censoring her, which I personally don't believe. I feel like the video's there now. I feel like she probably just put it on private and now has it up again. Her prerogative, you know, we can all do what we want on here. But yeah, if you watched that video and you felt upset and felt bad about yourself, please don't. Not everyone is going around all privileged and thinking those horrible, disgusting things about everyone in the world who's overweight. A lot of people nowadays are struggling with it because of just the way our society is going, which is unfortunate, but we all need to pull together and tackle this together, and there needs to be a huge reform. Jamie Oliver is like leading the way with that kind of thing. And yeah, know that you can make changes, and also that you don't have to make changes. Be happy and don't let opinions of snarky little bitches like that make you feel less, okay? I might end up regretting this video, but I don't care. I don't care.